guaranteed. Some estimates upward now of $250 million or more when you add in the release fee that is owed to his team, the Oryx Buffaloes. By the way, the same team that just sent Masataka Yoshida to the Red Sox last offseason.
That is John Morosi on MLB Network talking about the Red Sox. They're off season 1103 Gresham Fourier.
That's your guy. That's the guy they're going for. That's the guy they're going to get.
There is no question. That's
the one they're married to.
That's the one it seems like they're married to. That's the one that it kind of feels like that they're married to. John Heyman tweeted about an hour ago, Red Sox showed interest in bringing back Eduardo Rodriguez, but preferred to wait on Yamamoto and Imanaga. I don't know.
Sure who he is.
I don't know Imanaga. I will have to get a text or a clarification. Empanadas.
Love them. Give me heartburn. Something fierce, though.
The one time I went to Puerto Rico was for Nelson's sister's wedding, and my wife, I can't remember if we were married yet or not, but she came with me, and Nelson took us to this place to go get empanadas, and they were the most unbelievable thing. It was in this like dingy-looking restaurant or whatever. I'm like, no, where are you bringing us? And he's like, man, wait till you eat this stuff. Sure enough, we were like rolling out of there because you're right, good stuff. Anyway, doesn't seem like the Red Sox are in it on Otani, and we had some people being like, well, didn't you see that Otani wants it quiet? Yes, we do. We know that, but still, we know that the Mets, we know that the Yankees GM, even though he almost crawled inside his own anus before he said it, said, oh, yeah, we talked to the agent, and Toronto's guy puckered up because, we know we met with him. We don't want to say anything. So even though Otani requested, hey, nobody better say anything, we're still finding out who met with the guy. Though you know what team we haven't heard from or about are the Angels. And I still think
they know to keep their mouth shut.
But they also know how to tickle his fancy, so to speak. So that's the team that I wonder. It's like we have all the institutional knowledge of how we can appeal to this guy. We're just going to shut up and do our thing. That's the team that scares me.
See, I didn't know that Yamamoto was from the same team as Yoshida.
Right. However,
I did not know. So I'm assuming they're dealing with the team. Right, so they already have a relationship with the posting fee, right?
You do the contract. You do the contract with the player, and then the whatever. It's not the posting fee, whatever they called that. However Morosi described it in that cut.
The release fee and the posting fee.
There you go.
It's the same thing.
Release fee. There, that's what it is.
It's the same
now.
thing, though.
But
right?
you do
You're giving him $50 million.
Well, but you do the contract with the player, and then it's a percentage of that. It's not like the way it was with Daisuke, where it was you put the posting fee, you put in the highest bid, you won the ability to negotiate with the player, and then the player kind of still had tremendous leverage in that instance where I think they're trying to disarm some of that as well. But here's the thing. What if the Red Sox lose out on Yamamoto? Or are they so pot committed to this guy that all it takes is one team to say, I'll give you $250? Then what do the Red Sox do? Oh, well, we got to go $300. Remember how everybody lost their mind last year when there was the thought that Rafael Devers was not going to get $35 million a year. And now I think some people are like, oh, that's the franchise guy. Yeah, okay, he's a good player. I like him. Don't get me wrong, I like him. But, all right, that's our franchise guy, da-da-da. But what if it turns into the Red Sox don't necessarily control all of this? I would almost feel better if the Red Sox were under the old system. Fine, I'll bid you on a bid. I'll give you $60 million to give me the guy, and then you turn around and try to work it out. At least you control the situation a little bit. One team that is either scorned, has a bunch of money, or has an owner that wakes up and goes, go get me a really good starting pitcher. Next thing you know, that number's going through the roof. And then do you want to be in that neighborhood?
I think this is the one, and I think the answer is yes. I think if you are committed, you are committed. And it turns into one of those crazy, auction scenes from a movie where two guys are holding the paddle and one guy's like hell bent, like no matter what, I'm gonna overpay. regardless of how many times you put up that stupid paddle, and sure as hell they overpay.
If I may quickly, it's like when Elaine and Sue Ellen Mischke got into the bidding for JFK's golf clubs, and she went over Mr. Peterman's limit, and then it turned into a big mess because Newman was trying to take the recycling to another state to make money, and the golf clubs got caught up and da-da-da. There you go.
All your references are all Seinfeld.
It's either Seinfeld, Family Guy. That's the wheelhouse.
The car.
Well, it's only the most famous sitcom ever of all time, so you would think that people would know that one. And that was Sue Ellen Mischke, the brawless Henry Candy Bar heiress.
That's
right. So they had the actress in there with those things weren't hiked up.
Just not for nothing. Omaha, real quick.
Oh boy,
what would you consider a modern day version of that show?
Oh God,
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Not a bad comp.
But
not
a major network. That's on what
it's on FX.
Yeah, it's on FX. Yeah.
Okay, no,
so it's still in the Fox family.
Long run, but didn't have nearly the amount of great show.
No, honestly,
it's still going.
No, I know. I watch it.
Curb is probably the closest thing because the guy who wrote Seinfeld writes Curb. It's just really Curb Your Enthusiasm is really adult Seinfeld.
No, my answer to that
what
would
is
be,
it? Yeah.
I don't think there is one.
I would agree.
Yeah.
The closest thing would be what Larry David's about to bring back in season, I don't know, whatever it is, 12 of Curb, which is, I think, coming in 2024.
Because network TV is all celebrity game shows and, reality shows.
Well, you got to remember.
And situational comedy doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it does.
Live in front of a studio audience. You don't hear that anymore.
Oh, but it will soon because we've had the strike. So the modern run of television right now, I like Survivor, Big Brother, right?
Yeah.
Survivor though went to 90-minute episodes this year because of the writers' strike.
Is that why last night's show ended at 9:30 or 10:30? I was like, what the hell?
So because of the writers' strike and then the actors' strike, television now is nothing more than gimmicks. Wait until the beginning of 2024 or March of 2020. Well, really,
so you
February.
Will see. So
it's coming back.
But do you remember situational comedies being a thing?
Norman Lear.
No fourth wall, live studio audience.
Bingo.
Great theme songs. They don't exist anymore.
No, they don't.
It's the old Norman Lear comedies.
Right, he just passed away, too. Think about that. We're having this conversation. He just passed away yesterday. Wow. Thoughts and
101.
He was 101 years old.
Yeah. Would you want to live to 101?
Well, how am I
living?
living?
I could take care of myself still.
Yeah. Am I can I wipe my own butt? Can I
don't
walk
know.
around? Am I on a ventilator?
Listen, with your back, you're going to bidets by 60.
Oh, absolutely. I will have one of those things on your stairs. Well, I'll be right. I'll be up in 30 minutes. Sit in it. It goes up your wall. I will 100%. Mine will be like a lounge chair there. It won't be like the uncomfortable one that you see now. Hopefully the technology would be advanced. Or just live in Arizona where I don't have stairs.
My crazy
moving with Glenn.
My crazy pap built one of those for Jesus Retha, the stair thing.
Yeah.
He was like, I ain't buying one of them. I'll build it myself.
Of course he did.
Built the whole thing by himself. It was unbelievable.
Launched her to the third floor.
Yep, pretty much.
That's from a scene in the Gremlins.
Yep,
where the grandma goes on the stair lift.
He wanted to put gears in it so that she could go up faster but down slower. And he was like, "That way she can't get down there. I don't have to hear her."
It's like the dude that built his own roller coaster in his backyard.
That was my.
It's not up to code.
I'm telling you. My pap would look at your car and be like, I can get some of that out. He get some of it out.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, he ended up fixing, my man Nelson had a nasty old Pinto, right?
A Pinto.
And it had an issue where I think it was, they called it the front pipe when it would connect to the exhaust. There was a space there. So, of course, I tell Nelson, I'm like, we just get a can. We can wrap it up. Blah, blah, blah. We almost lit the thing on fire. My grandfather got under there, and in 10 minutes, he fixed it to the point to where Nelson's stepdad, Blad, sold it in the same condition when he got rid of the car 8 years ago. It was a can of corn that got melted on there and made the thing a full pipe. I couldn't believe it. Nelson and I still laugh about that to this day.
It's like a modern-day MacGyver.
I can't believe you mentioned the whole stair lift thing, and I'm like, all I remember is a kid, and he's beating away and banging away on this thing.
There's not one stud that thing was nailed to.
No, the
straight
house,
into the drywall.
The house was also built 1865 or something.
It's
Good Lord.
Nothing but asbestos. He didn't die from a fall. They died of asbestos.
Some guy said the longer I live, my union pension goes higher. 100 sounds good. Imagine being the last guy at whatever, Schaefer Beer or something like that, and you're the last one on the pension.
They're
Good.
just waiting for you to go so they can stop paying you.
Very much so. Can I also mention that the Red Sox, if we get back to that, because you did exit ramp us, but for a good reason.
I know, but do we have the chorus sound on tap at some point in
Yeah,
time?
you know what? Maybe we should push that.
Yeah. That's a deeper dive.
Because that's a bigger sort of 2024 kind of Alex Cora. How are you going?
It ain't going to work.
Well, yeah.
And it seems like a real desperate approach.
But in terms of winning the offseason, the Red Sox are already cooked. Like in terms of now,
I don't think so.
Oh, now it's Yamamoto
or
bust. It feels like. But if you don't get him, you
are screwed.
But that's the thing. Are you going to get all horny for Jordan Montgomery or any of these other starters? Here's the thing: when they say they're going to make a big move, aren't the big guys kind of gobbled up already? Soto's been traded to the Yankees seriously, Christian.
Go ahead.
In the late 90s, and even dare I say, Billy, could we go like early 2000s, pre-04 championship in saying this? The late 90s or 2000 or 01 or 02 Red Sox organization would have found out the Yankees got Soto and would have been bidding on Otani the next day or 2 days later.
Correct.
And now, well, we hope to get Yamamoto.
Disappeared when Lucchino left.
Seriously, you know what? And Lucchino is hateable in his own way. But you're right, Billy. That's a good point. Like, there's no one over there on Yawkey Way that says, "Damn it, the Yankees got this guy. What are we gonna do?"
Yeah, you were competing against them as opposed to the entire Major League, all of baseball. And it was just them.
And number one, it shows the rivalry
arms race.
has completely died down.
Oh, yeah.
But it's, I don't want to say penny wise, pound foolish. And I'm not saying the Red Sox should just go run out and spend like a bunch of drunks. Don't get me wrong. But there would have been a response. Like there would have been all right, what are we really going to do?
The Yankees got A-Rod. Sox go, we'll take Schilling, we'll take Keith Folk.
There you go. And you know what? And that was after the Red Sox lost out on A-Rod because MLB porked them because A-Rod wanted, remember that? A-Rod wanted to redo his deal. You were playing in the league. You wouldn't know any of this. But A-Rod wanted to redo his deal. Christian, I would not expect you to know nuggets about Alex Rodriguez's contract from 1998.
I got nuggets about A-Rod, all right.
Oh, really? Hey, now, we got a different segment. Is this a Foyer After Dark type scenario?
Absolutely.
That's what we need to do.
We both did play in Seattle.
Is that very fair?
He was 19. I was 23.
But when he went to Texas, he was going to redo his deal to, come here, and then Major League Baseball shut it down, and then the redirect and da-da-da and all that kind of stuff. That's the part, I think, that makes me realize, okay, they've already lost the offseason. The response is going to be, well, we have our plan, and we're going to get out there. And
we're from Yale, and the numbers don't work for us. And, we'll do it a different way. We're all going to Chuck E. Cheese's.
Oh, well, that's what Cora's going to do.